Hello everybody, it's Bebe. I'm here for another episode of Can't Make This Up, where in 5 minutes I share a funny epic fail. Well, this one goes all the way back to high school. I was a junior in high school and I had just gotten my first pair of contact lenses. Now, just so you know, back then you were wearing two plastic discs. There was nothing soft about either one of them. So, but that's all they had. They were pretty new. And I had just gotten them. Some of my friends had them. And my parents were pretty clear. You know, I'd always heard, hey, you know, we're not made out of money. We don't have a money tree in the back. So please be very careful. Do not lose them. And, you know, just be careful. And so I was like, okay, not a problem. Well, this was what was going on. I was a junior in high school, and I was in choir. And we were coming up to the time when our choir teacher would always put on a musical. Well, she was retiring this year, so it was a conglomeration of all of these different musical hits that she'd put on, you know, songs from each one of them. And I was cast in one about the Ascot race from My Fair Lady. And in that, all the girls were dressed in these long dresses, silky. She wanted it to really shine underneath the lights. And so we all were in these white, I'm sure they were nylon, but they were meant to look silky dresses with these huge, huge hats, because it's set at a horse race in Europe in the 20s or 30s. And so everybody, you know, it was just the higher royalty that would show up at these things. So, but along with that were some silk gloves, white silk gloves that we had. I know this is all about my contacts, so hang in there with me. And there was a little choreography. I still remember my partner's name was Greg. And so I get backstage. It's totally black, as it should be, as you're waiting for the next scene to come. And I run into this backdrop and I look up. Well, guess what happens? A chunk of something falls in one of my contacts, and there is no tearing that thing out. It is just, I am just crying out of one eye. Any of you who have contacts, you know what I mean. You try to tear it out. Well, there was no way. So, and remember, I was new at this, so I am trying to pop that contact. I finally get it out. It's in my silk glove, and that curtain is starting to open. And I'm like, I will never know if I lose this, and somebody's going to step on it or whatever. So I did what came natural to me, and I just put it right there on my tongue. And I thought, you know, no problem. I'll just barely move my lips, but I'll do the choreography. And now this is how Miss Rep, our teacher, this is how she did the dress rehearsal. She would be up into the balcony part with a microphone. And if she saw something she didn't like, or you were out of step, or blah, 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 she would just call your name and call you out right in front of everybody. You did not want to hear your name. Well, sure enough, she noticed that my lips weren't moving very much, and I wasn't very animated for this part. And so all of a sudden it was like, Badger, start singing. And I was like, opened my mouth and went, oh. And guess what happened to that contact? That's right there, went right to the back of my throat. My poor partner Greg, we're in the middle of doing whatever we're doing, and I am hawking. I'm the only one on stage doing this. The scene is over. I burst into tears because, of course, it was not going to come out this way. It went the other direction, went down that way. So, and everybody was like, what happened? I swallowed my contact. And it's like, how did you do that? Well, it doesn't matter how I did it. I just did. So I had to go home. I had to tell my mom. And she was like, babe, I don't know if Plastic? You ate plastic. I don't know if that's going to hurt you. I'm going to have to take you to the doctor. So sure enough, we go to the doctor the next day. I have to explain the whole story. Yeah, I didn't just lose it. I swallowed it. Yeah, how many people do that? He goes, well, I don't know that that's going to hurt you. But I don't know. Maybe it will last. Maybe it will go through the process and it'll come out the other end. I don't know if you want to check that or not. My mom was like, oh yeah, we're going to check it. So I don't know if you've ever had to check your own poo, but I did. And no, a hard contact does not survive. I just want you to know that. I was back 2 weeks later with another epic fail in that same doctor's office. That one's coming up. See you later. Thanks. Bye.